I got into a DUI accident, nearly killed myself and a friend of mine.
As soon as I shot up, I instantly knew something was wrong. It felt different, and I remember my body going cold, and then I don't remember anything.
So I spent the next year and a half using a needle to inject methamphetamines into my veins, and it took everything from me.
I would just do anything to numb the pain. Every single day I was drinking, every single day I was doing lines, every single day I was smoking.
I had already, tried to OD multiple times, just was ready to give up on life.
It wasn't long before the Xanax turned into Oxycontin, and Oxycontin turned into a number of other things. And soon I found myself with a big problem.
I had never hated myself more than I did during that time. I never felt more alone than I did during that time. I never felt more hopeless than I did during that time. And all I wanted to do was get away, but I felt like there was no way out. Even trying to kill myself.
I got a DUI when I was 20 years old. I went to jail that night and just thought to myself, this is not what I thought my life was going to turn out like.
I remember feeling trapped. I remember wanting to get away, but the hold that the drugs had on me and that lifestyle was so hard to leave behind because that's all I had ever known. That's the only type of acceptance I really knew.
I was in a place to where I was so hurt and broken, and that I needed to be saved.
I ended up calling my mom and telling her, Mom, I need help. I don't know how to ask for help. I don't know who to call, and I don't know what to do.
I ended up using, and I ended up back in a psychiatric hospital again. And I went to the psychiatrist and I said, hey, listen, there's this place called Teen Challenge that I heard about, and I really need to go there. And if I don't go there, I'm gonna die.
So I went in and I just told the Lord, take it all. I don't want any of it anymore. If I come out of here and I have nothing and just have you, then that's enough.
I remember making a decision and I'm just gonna say yes to God. Whatever He has for me, I'm just gonna continue to say yes.
Sometimes you think it's a negative thing that God might not be able to use you because of your story. But that's not true. I think the story is what qualifies you because that's His power that's displayed in you.
He taught me to embrace who I am in Christ because I am beautifully, wonderfully, uniquely made.
Yeah, there's this, a second part of that night of March 23rd that I don't wake up from it. My son doesn't have his mother. I wouldn't be sitting here today. I wouldn't have married my husband, and my 3 girls wouldn't be here.
God is capable of change. God is capable of restoration. God is capable of bringing hope to somebody who looks completely desolate. God can transform.
And I'm grateful that I have the relationship with God that I have now, because without it, I'd be dead or in prison. And I owe my life to Jesus.
It's hard to imagine when you're in the midst of the drug use, a life that's full of happiness and joy and satisfaction, and a life where you have a family to come home to, and never to forget who God is, what He's capable of, and what He's willing to do, and the lengths that He's willing to go to bring back that son or that daughter.
Don't be afraid. Just do it. God will meet you there. God has a plan for your life.